Welcome to the very first episode of Tiny Kitchen. This is my tiny kitchen, and this is where I make food sometimes. I have a craving for cake, so I will teach you how to make tiramisu today. So if you'd like to try this recipe, I have it for you, and it is 4 egg yolks, half a cup of sugar, a tablespoon of vanilla, a cup of mascarpone cheese, as well as some ladyfingers, whatever brand you can get your hands on, or whatever brand you prefer. Alright, so let's get started. Hope my head doesn't get chopped off. Okay, so I'm gonna start with separating the egg yolks from the egg whites, and that's a very difficult thing to master. At least I've learned this because I've screwed it up so many times. I'm gonna show you a technique that I feel is probably the easiest way to separate egg yolks from egg whites. Crack an egg. Again, just be very careful. I already screwed up, and basically just take the egg in your hand and let the egg white kind of helps to go like this. Okay, and once you think you have like most of the egg white off of it, that's when you can transfer it. So once it kind of looks like that, you can transfer it over to your egg yolk plate. So once you have all 4 egg yolks separated, this is gold to me because it is very difficult for me to separate the egg whites from the egg yolks, and I hope that you have not such a difficult time as I do. But anyway, once we have this, we're gonna add our half a cup of sugar and our vanilla. So I'll show you guys. So we've taken our half a cup of sugar, and now we're going to take a tablespoon of vanilla. So once you have the water boiling, you're obviously going to reduce the heat so that it doesn't overboil. Probably the hardest part, which is putting your egg yolk mixture on top of the hot boiling water and mixing it. The toughest part is making sure that your eggs don't scramble, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to keep mixing it until it becomes a thick consistency and it'll turn white, or at least a lighter color than this. Okay, so right now we're almost getting to the point that we want it to be. So I don't know if you guys can tell, it's starting to look a little bit more like pudding, and that's what you want. I'm going to let that cool down, and now I'm going to mix the mascarpone and the 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You gotta blend them, so we're gonna do that, okay? So you want to beat it until it starts getting thick, like the consistency of frosting. So now for the fun part, which is assembling your cake. You're going to take a ladyfinger and dip it in coffee really fast. Don't let it sit in there for too long because it soaks up the coffee very fast. So like doot doot. You don't want your cake to be super soggy either, and too much coffee concentrated into a ladyfinger. You do 1 row, and then you take your frosting and you basically just layer it on top, and you're going to do the same thing until you're done. So this video is going to be potato quality, but my camera has no battery life. Yesterday I slaved making cake, and today I get to try it, and it's pretty much ready. Damn it. This is for sure the most unflattering angle ever. But anyway, about our little hiccup here. I do have some leftover frosting cream, so I'm just going to fix my problem by spreading it on top and covering up the problem areas that got screwed up. Anyway, so yesterday after I finished dipping the ladyfingers in the coffee and put all the frosting on the cake, I put it in the refrigerator overnight. I would recommend that you let your cake chill in your fridge for at least 6 hours. So that's what it looks like. And now the fun part, which is putting some dark chocolate cocoa, whatever brand you like, on top of the cake. Okay, so that's the cake after I've taken it out of the little pan. It was probably not a good idea to use that tiny Pyrex, but I had to make do with what I had. And now I'm gonna put this cocoa on top of it. I don't have a tripod for my phone, so I had to sprinkle it without recording it because I don't have more than 2 hands, so.